going on, y'all, man? Welcome back to another episode of the Sills and News Pod, man. Hope everybody's having a great Monday, man. We got a special show for y'all today, man. We're going to be recapping the 7-707 tournament, man. We got a special guest on, Z. He's going to talk with us about the tournament, putting together the business, the entrepreneurial side of it, how you do to get all these marquee teams in the event. I mean, it's going to be a good one, man. So just kind of hear the mind of an entrepreneur here in Georgia, man, and how he just puts all this together and how he's continuing to grow and build his platform and his brand along with several other partners, man. So we're going to bring him on here in just a second, but also going to bring in my co-host. We're going to recap the event together. Obviously, we was there. And all I got to say, man, as I bring Bacon on, top end event, man, high class, man.
Nah, definitely, man. Like I said in the video before, man, if you went out the event, man, you are a college football, high school football lover, man. You definitely missed some gems, man. A lot of top, multiple 5 stars was out there, and most importantly, you know what I'm saying, it was at the house. The oar was definitely on the 10,000, man. So, like I said, if you weren't there, we're gonna recap it for you to make you feel like you were there. And I'm saying we got one of the founders right here, so it's gonna be pretty legendary.
Yes, it is, man. So, without further ado, we can go waste some more time. Let's bring one of the founders on of the 7-707 tournament, Dynasty U, Z.
What's up, guys? Hey, man, thank y'all for having me, brothers.
For
yes,
sure,
sir, man.
Coming on, bro.
Yeah, for sure. You know I'm locked in with y'all, man.
Nah, no doubt. You got the merch on, you know what I'm saying? Where can we get the merch at, man?
Hey, man, look, I promise, text me after this, and I got y'all. I'm going to send some special care packages, I promise you. I'm a man of my word.
Special care packages?
For sure. If I say you're going to get some gear, you're going to get some gear, so I got you.
For sure. And like we gotta extend a special thanks to you. We came in, we didn't expect to see ourselves on the board. Like, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking. So that was love, and we appreciate that too.
Yeah, man. Talk about that a little bit.
Man, I got
put that together.
As far as what, the Jumbotron or with that?
Both.
Man, so honestly, when so crazy enough to be completely transparent, I give you the full rundown. So I was actually on the phone with Parlay. Me and Parlay be talking all the time. So Parlay's my boy. So we running it. He's like, Z, man, you they talking about the event. And I was like, for real? Because I honestly, a lot of this stuff, to be honest, bro, I be green. I just be in my own little bubble. And he was like, bro, yeah. So he sent it to me. I was like, man, I love the clip. And so, man, I got with my guys, got with the team. I was like, man, we got to use this for some promo. And I'm like, just do it. And so then when they showed me the final product, like I was like, all right. Daniel, he ran our video production for the Jumbotron with Morehouse. So I was like, Daniel, we have to just throw this on the Jumbotron. I was like, I remember I met Najeh. I met you I think like a year ago. I remember meeting Bacon as well, like a year or so ago as well. And I was like, I'm big on energy, man. And when I met both of you guys, the energy was clean and clear. I was like, okay, I like high energy individuals. So from that, I was like, man, I got to just show them some love, even if they don't, even you know what I'm saying, even if you guys, that wasn't expected. So I was like, man, throw it up on the Jumbotron.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So, that's dope.
Nah, for sure, man. Appreciate y'all.
For sure, man. Shout out to Parlay.
Yeah, man.
All right. Shout out to Parlay, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure.
Go ahead, Bacon. I'm going to let you lead it, bro.
All right, for sure, man. So as we open this up, man, like I said, you're one of the co-founders of the 707, man. So just, how did it come about? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? How long have you and Mitch known each other? Just, you know what I'm saying? Give us a rundown, bro.
So I've known Mick for a year, man. But like I said, it's just honestly just good energy, man. So last year I did a collaboration with the 707 tournament. Great tournament, man. Loved that working relationship with those guys as well. It was great. It was fantastic. And when I met Mick, man, we just hit it off, bro. Honestly, he stayed like 10 minutes up the street from me. So it was crazy. And so I don't know if it was just, location, time, everything, man. But when we met, like I said, I was inquiring to him about, because he signed the first NIL deal in NCAA history. So when it comes to NIL, Mick is the guy. So everybody knows Mick, man. Mick's Rolodex is crazy. So it's once we had met and we just hit it off, we was like, okay, cool. And as we continued to talk, we continued to fill each other out, man. Before you know it, it went away from just business, bro. We on the phone, talking a little mess. We playing the game. And then when I got him on college football, and we're playing college football together. And he started talking. I don't want to curse or nothing, but when he started talking, am I good or no?
Yeah, I'll let him slide, but you good, man.
You good, man. Okay, keep it authentic.
Okay, yeah, but Mick started talking a little shit. I said, okay, Mick got some sauce. I fuck with Mick. So it's he was like, yeah, I don't know. He's like, yeah, I'm beating your ass on it. So he's talking, man. Long story short, man, we just hit it off and we continued to talk. And I was like, when I did this last tournament, I was actually wanting to do more. I was wanting to give away more. And Mick was like, what would you want to do that's crazy? I said, crazy to me is 15. He's like, what about 20? I was like, do let's do it. So it's, we went from there. We started thinking, started throwing out names, and then the sevens was just the name that just kept ringing. It was just like
Mhm.
it seemed so simple. Why isn't anybody else just using it? And then once we looked around, we was like, yeah, let's do it. So we took the name, had sevens, and like I said, ever since then, man, the story was wrote.
The seven. So I'm getting it's like the seven is coming from a football reference, like touchdown, or just like
Yeah,
lucky
for
number
sure,
seven.
for sure. Yeah, so seven is actually my favorite number too.
Okay.
So seven is actually my favorite number. And yeah, God made the world in 7 days too. So I just feel like it's too much symmetry there. So God made the world in 7 days. Seven is my favorite number. We're doing 7v7. It's just like, and then when it rings, I don't know. I'm big on names. So when the name, if it's simple and it's easy to say, I feel like people will resonate with it. If it's like something like too crazy, I'm like it just won't jump. So when I did it and then we tested it out, we had people just like saying it, and it was like, oh yeah, I like that name. I like that. And I was like, okay, cool, let's run with it.
Nah, wise words right there. That's game for everybody who's watching. Master marketer right here, as you see in the work. But I also want to talk about, this was it's the first one under the Sevens brand. You had a
Sure.
lot of big time teams there. Hustle Link. So SFE is a big one. DEF CON. These are all OT17s. I even saw. I think it's. I can't remember. I think it's Mikey. But over time, one of the main guys who does all the interviews is in the building. So I'm saying, how did y'all get all these big names under one roof? Even though it's like I said, one of the first events. I know y'all well connected, but just want to hear from you.
Honestly, we were even surprised at first, I will say. The one thing we did learn though throughout this journey is nobody does this in this space. Like people have tried to do money
Right.
tournaments, but they've never done it, one, to this magnitude, and two, they've never like they always like what I learned. They were saying like it's a team minimum. So the teams, like when I was telling them, they were calling like, so what's the team minimum? And I honestly I was green to it. I was like, what are you talking about? They're like, if you don't get an amount of teams, like what's the minimum to pay? I was like, bro, if we have one team, we're gonna pay you. Like it's just that just is what it was. So honestly, what we did, we just really started with our base. I mean, we're here in Atlanta, so reached out to, like I said, have a great relationship with Parlay and Nisha over there at Honcho. Reached out to them. They was like, hey, Z, anything you do, if you need us, just let us know. We're in. Like any contacts, cool. Reached out, got a great relationship with Tony Ballard over there at Hustle Link as well. Reached out to him. He was like, hey, I have these contacts. I'll let them know because at the one I did previously, like if you remember, Hustle Link won it. They're 18U.
Right. Right.
So it was like a little bit like it was proof in that we actually pay our debts if we say something. So when they went out and started extending olive branches to these other teams, it's like, the teams first thing they asked, like, are these guys legit? Like, is this guy really gonna do? He's like, well, we won it last year. And like I said, with the other team. So once we sold it up with Atlanta, we went out. So then we got South Florida Express, and I talked to Brett. I talked to Brett so much when Brett came there, it was like we just gave each other a big hug. It was like, bro, we've been talking so much over the phone. It's just good to put a face to the name. But once I got Brett with SFE, then it was nothing like DEF CON. Chop was great. It was easy to go ahead and relate, talk to Chop. And then 24K with Damon, man. Damon is my guy. So me and Damon hit it off. And so once we solidified that little core group, we were like, wait, we kind of look back, we were like, we got Honcho, C1N, Hustle, and now we got the main guys from Florida. It's like bump it, man. Let's go. Let's see where else we can go. Got on the phone with Roe, man. Loved talking to Roe with Fast Houston. And from there, I think once we had solidified that little core base, it like that was our marketing piece to get the other guys. Cause we were like, hey, big dogs want to compete against big dogs. Why you want to go to these other tournaments where you're gonna what they might let you in for free, but you're gonna play for what, a $20 trophy? We're like, hey, we're gonna give you a trophy, t-shirts, and we're gonna put cash in your pocket if you win. So I think once the team saw that marketability, it just made it so much crazier. And then like once you got the kids, it was nothing. Then like once we started extending olive branches, the recruiting beat writers, those guys were fantastic, man. They were a pleasure to meet, and like it was just amazing, man.
I'm gonna let you go ahead. Go ahead, Nas.
So obviously you talked about, kind of the framework of how you put everything together. So
Hmm.
obviously, relations was very important in that. Let me ask you this. How did you guys go about just your media outreach? Because
Hmm.
to my standpoint, y'all had everybody practically there. Like y'all had top end guys from 247, Tom Lloyd.
Hmm.
You had top end guy Chad Simmons in the building. On three, Jeremy Johnson was there, Brett Greenberg, Benjamin Ball. Anybody you could think of that was top
Hmm.
end media, whether it was rivals on three, local media here, us. Just how are you guys able to do that?
Honestly, I wish I could take the credit, brother. Honestly, but it really wasn't me. Mick was instrumental in doing that. Like he set out a plan. Like my goal, and I'll say like we that's what made us such good partners because one, it wasn't any ego. Like if something worked, we were just like whatever works, we're good with. We don't have to agree, but like he's like, bro, Z, you do well with talking to the teams. You do well with just people. He's like, you're doing like you do that. I can focus on this aspect. Man, Mick hit the ground running, just like from going like from DM to DM, text and emails, like, hey, telling people. And once they met him the same way I did, I'm like, man, once you meet him, it's like, bro, you're gonna love him. So they hit it off, and then he's in turn again because we don't look at it just like it's a one man show. It's a partnership. When I'm talking to people that he didn't know yet, I'm like telling them about him, and he was doing the same. So when we all came together, it was just like a match made in heaven. He didn't have to worry about the teams, just like I didn't even worry about the media. I just knew like
Mm-hmm.
hey, if he says he on it, it's done, and that's just how it came. And then it's like once we came back, and I'm pretty sure you guys, as y'all have synergy, you probably tell each other like, hey, we got this goals that we need to meet. Nas, you'll probably knock it out, and then Bacon's like, all right, but I got these goals I'm gonna meet, and it's not no like, and we talk all the time, so we're keeping each other updated. We talk. Honestly, we probably talk to each other more than we talk to our girls, which is kind of crazy. But that's just in business, man. You be up at late at
Mhm.
night talking. But honestly, man, when we came back, man, we like he would tell me different things he needed from me. I'll bring it to him, vice versa. And bro, once we got it, like I said, we got the teams and all the kids. It just was like they attracted each other. You know what I'm saying? Like the media attracted the teams, and the teams attracted the media. And so, like I said, with us both hitting both grounds, it just made it like a match made in heaven right there.
For sure. And then I want to ask you, because I know this is tough, even when you put it together camps, finding the right venue, right? You guys
Yo.
put Morehouse College. I know that had to be tough, but it just felt like Bacon says, different synergy, different vibe. It just felt
Mhm,
like, wow, we here at Morehouse, all this rich cultural tradition that's here, you know what I'm saying? A great field,
mhm,
not hard to find. Parking
Mm-hmm.
was good. Just talk about
mhm.
putting that aspect together as well.
Man, honestly, so when we were looking at a venue, we were actually looking at a soccer field first, to tell you the truth, bro.
Mhm.
So we were looking at a soccer field. Crazy enough, when we went into meetings, we were talking to the guys and telling them what we were like. Big picture. We're about relationships. So I think at that time we kind of like learned a little bit of a lesson. So we were telling them what we were looking to do. And when I say that, we were kind of giving them a little too much information. We're like, oh, we're looking to pay out, and so they're thinking, oh, these guys got a bunch of money. So that number that they probably would have charged us, they kind of had to add that little tax to it. So we was like, okay, cool. So we were just looking. We were like, all right, what are we gonna do? We were looking at the high school fields, looking at if possibly to do it. Because I got a great relationship with Best over there with Josh, the AD man. Love him. He's my guy. But I know with the incident, that happened a year prior, I didn't want to put him in a tough spot. Again, I'm a relationship based guy. If we're friends, man, I'm never gonna try to come to you ask you for a favor that's gonna put you in a tough spot. So I was like, okay, I can't,
Mm.
I can't put my man in a tough spot again because unfortunate circumstances is what it is. And so we was like, all right, can we do a college stadium? Looked at the guidelines. We were like, we can. And so we were honestly deciding between Clark and Morehouse. And so it came down to it. Morehouse just was a little bit more proactive for us, and gave us a better deal. And we jumped on it, man, and we didn't look back from there.
100%. Now, I want you to obviously give an overall, just your thoughts, your takeaways. I know
Mhm,
you're going to discuss it with your kind of your think group, but what did you just think about the event overall? I mean, 2 days.
mhm,
I thought 2 great days. Obviously, here in Atlanta.
mhm.
Obviously, you guys are based here. Will we see? Well, I want to ask you about the future plans just yet, but what is just your overall just thoughts on the event itself?
Man, I thought overall, honestly, I thought the event was solid. I did. I really did. I was like, there's nowhere in the country outside of overtime that you're gonna get this like culmination of talent competing against each other, right? And a
Right.
lot of the guys, even the beat writers, were telling us they was like sometimes even at overtime, and I know due to like their scheduling, and like honestly, like we're in all looking at their model as well. But
Mm-hmm.
it's like a lot of times due to the scheduling, I know they're falling like within like that March, April, closer to summertime when they do their championship. That's a lot. That's OV season. That's recruiting is picking up heavy. So some of those kids can't really go and
Like,
compete, but a lot of them do. But some of those small gyms can't. So it's like okay, we love that aspect because we were on a dead period in recruiting, which we kind of like thought about. Mick used to work in recruiting too, so that was like a little gym we kind of thought about. Okay, like they can't take any visits, they can't go anywhere, they're not gonna have any. The only thing that can interfere is basketball. So we lost a few kids that were on Zords that we won't say that didn't end up coming to compete because we were like, oh, this is like if they thought it was crazy, if they would have saw the official like what was actually in there. But a couple kids, like
mm,
I said, couldn't play just due to restraints basketball playoff season and whatnot. But overall, but honestly, bro, we thought it was solid, man. Always room for improvement. One thing we do, we just ask all the teams. Honestly, we receive a lot more positive feedback than negative. Of course, you can't be perfect. Some of the teams are still going to be disgruntled. I get it. You lost. Everybody's going to be mad. You know, I think the easy thing to do is to blame the officials. I mean, I get it. I would be mad too, probably, you know, if I was in their shoes. But overall, I think it's solid, but always room for improvement. And we're just looking at ways to grow, man, and expand this thing.
You brought me to my next question I wanted to ask you. So, in terms of growth and expansion, like I said, I think top tier event, one of the best ones I've been to. Me and Bacon have been to several 707. We've been to Alabama and Hoover. We've been to OT7 multiple times. Obviously, y'all's. So, what is next for seven slash? You know, obviously, Dive to you and everything. What 707? Will you guys have multiple events throughout the year, or will this be like a one time per year event?
I want to pick. This is where I want to interview y'all, man. Honestly, so Mick and I don't know. We that's a talk. Honestly, that's a talk that we have. But this is where I want to interview you guys with it. I feel like it'll be the same as everybody else if we do a circuit. Everybody does a circuit. Overtime does a circuit. Pylon battle. It's like, what's the difference in that? You know, and I understand like, and these are corporations, man. They got way more money than us, so we're not. You know, I just feel like the niche in it is making it as exclusive as possible, and I feel like that part of it tricks the person's mind. And like, I just have to be involved, and I have to play in this because if not, I won't be able to play in this again. And so, you know, that was just our take on it. But I'm honestly intrigued to hear what you think because I mean, it does make it once you have something so great, you have to have a follow up. So it's like because we
Right.
don't want to lose momentum for sure, but we feel like that marketing was just like one night, like almost like one weekend only. Like you can compete in battle for a prize like never before. But I want to hear your thoughts, honestly.
You want to go first, Becky? You want me to go?
I'll take the wheel. That's a good question. That's definitely something that needs some thought. A once a year thing, that's so tough. Maybe if you don't do the same thing twice, try to fix in like a content type of day. They come and do like something similar how they had the basketball up. Something like it's like maybe a little more relaxed, but we get to know you when you get your like NIL type of meetup, if that makes sense. Maybe, I don't know. That's just my thought. I know that was quick. What you think, brother?
For me, I think y'all should definitely do more than one. Too much momentum, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to get another one. What y'all should do, I know you don't want to do a circuit, so don't do a circuit. But make it to where, okay, you got one event, whether it's in Atlanta, wherever you guys want to have it. But I think I had so much motion in Atlanta, I would have another event in Atlanta for one. Two, I would do it back-to-back weekends. You know what I'm saying? The reason I say back-to-back weekends, I know that sounds crazy. The reason I say that is because, you know, you'll have that momentum. It's like, okay, what's next weekend? Okay, oh, we're going to have it at this spot. We might have it in Houston, or we might have it in Florida, you know what I'm saying, or Tennessee. Then that way, you're getting the other teams, other 707 teams around to come play in it too. You're not just exclusive to the Mecca, which is kind of again what it is right now. We know how hot but it is. But then you tell the others, okay, we're going to have another event, but we're coming to your town. You know what I'm saying? And then instead of it being a circuit where it's like, what, 5 or 6 weekends, you do 2. You know what I'm saying? Back to back, one in Atlanta or in Houston, or one in Houston, one in Dallas, and then a championship in Atlanta, whatever it is. Then you're going to draw more attention. If your championship game is like in the centerpiece, then you're going to have more people that want to go there. You know what I'm saying? So have one where it's like, no, I want to say a lesser known, but not as popular as Atlanta. And then had a championship here, kind of how you guys did, and 20K in prizes. And then that week before, it's kind of like, I don't want to say pool play, but it sets up for the championship. Like it sets up the seeding. So then when you hear you're battling, competing, you know what I'm saying, for the chip, man, and the ultimate grand prize.
I actually like that. I'm not opposed to it. Like I said, a lot of the teams, man, like that's what made us feel good a little bit about it is a lot of the teams extended olive branches because they loved it. They was like they loved the product. They was just like, man, can we get you guys to come to our city? Like we'll help you get connected with some fields and stuff like that. And we were just like, you know, like it sounds so intriguing. We're just like, hold on, hold on. Like let's just make sure we're moving, you know, moving proper and make sure we, you know, got our ducks lined up before we, you know, ended up expanding and going out. But it's definitely a thought that we've had. I'll say that you guys haven't heard the last of what we got this year. I'll say that. So we're in talks.
Love to see it. And one last thing, I throw the bigger back for questioning. I think y'all did good by what you said too, man. When y'all said, "Hey, we're gonna do it on dead period where it doesn't conflict," and that goes back to the 2 weekends back to back. Because if you did it like this weekend and then you did one more, that's before OT7 kicks off, right? And obviously that's before it opens up everything where they're going on OVs and visits and stuff like that and interference. So you almost got an exclusive 2 weekend type of event nobody else got in the country.
Mm-hmm. I like that. We gotta bring you on the team, man, because I like the way you think, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it is. It was also big. I had the rosters for everybody. Like, everybody doesn't have the rosters. You know what I'm saying? Y'all link the profile. That was huge too. So definitely kudos to y'all for that. You know what I'm saying? For thinking outside the box, man. Because usually as a person we gotta do that ourselves. But I also want to ask you, brother, I seen running around, you know what I mean? As an entrepreneur, man, what is the biggest thing that you learned just that you didn't expect that was gonna happen this past weekend?
As just even man, I burned my hand, to tell you the truth. That was one thing I didn't expect. Um Putting out fires is a real thing in real life and just in business, man. One thing I feel like I just learned, like I said, you just always just in doing anything in business. Like I don't know, like I was raised, like so I'm originally from Alabama, man, but I was raised in Atlanta. So I've been in Atlanta since I was like 4 years old. So Atlanta's home, to me. But my grandfather, man, he raised me. Still got his garden in the back. Always made me. I was the oldest grandchild, the oldest grandboy. So I always had to get up at 6 in the morning and go out in the garden when all the girls can stay in the house, clean up, they can sleep in, whatever. But just teaching you the value of not making excuses, man. Push through and get stuff done, bro. Like curveballs are gonna happen. It's like, what are you gonna do? Because I mean, y'all might not have seen it, but trust me, a million and one curveballs were happening behind the scenes, and it's just like, how do you put your people in play? I say the best thing that I'm starting to learn, which is somebody they gave this gem to me, is empowering your people. So a lot of times,
Mm.
when you're working, you kind of want things done the way that you see fit. And that's nothing wrong with that. But you also have to put your people in position to help you succeed too. Because if you succeed, they succeed. And so that's how I do it. Like in anything, like if you see any of the volunteers, guys, we don't call them volunteers. Like they are part of Sevens, and my guys that are personally with me. They've been with me forever. A lot of are my friends that I've grown up with. I've known for 15 plus years. So I never say I always say we, because that's just true. Whenever it's money involved or anything, I break bread with all my boys. So I think that type of aspect that I'm learning in and like along my journey is you can't do it yourself. So try to empower your people and the ones around you that want to help you. It's a lot of people that's gonna offer their service. Like, oh, bro, they see you got something good. Oh yeah, I got you. Ooh, ooh. It's Atlanta, man. A lot of finesse, a lot of moving through the curves. So it's just like once you see the people that are really genuine and want to help you, man, give them people an opportunity to just see. They might surprise you.
Most definitely. Just talk a little bit about that, man. I know you talked about building that team. You want to use we as a family.
Mm-hmm.
When you're conversing with somebody, right? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What ways? Touch on that again. You know what I'm saying? How you pick the right team.
For me, like I said, so for me, a lot of times outside of, like I said, me and mixed relationship that we like I said, we've known each other for a year now. But a lot of the guys that work and do like a lot of the background gritty work that not a lot of people see, or a lot of my, like I said, my personal friends that I've grown up with 15 plus years. And a lot of times I know people say don't mix business and pleasure. They're completely right, because I've had instances where that came to bite me in my behind. But also, like I said, the people that want to help you, that love you, that care about you, give them an opportunity to show that. And so for my guys, like I said, a lot of times, man, we've had some rough conversations too, to where it's like, hey, you're not pulling your weight. Like you just can't come out. This is not the social hour. This is not the
Right.
time where we're having fun. And so I think we have such a good rapport and respect for one another that we can get into it in front of you, but you would never know. You know what I'm saying? It'll be like a conversation for another day where we're like, hey, what's going on? And we'll give each other a look. It's like we know we need to talk. But a lot of times, man, these days, like I said, we communicate round the clock. We know not to take anything personal when it's game time. And everybody, like Jugga said, just choosing people that want to be there for the right reasons. It's not just to one. I know everybody's in business to make money, but it's not just to make a dollar. If you, I feel like if you have that mindset, bro, you gonna lose, at least to me. So like I said, just choosing people that want to do right and want to just be involved. As long as you choose those type of people that are looking to serve, the money's gonna come. That's easy.
100%. Speaking of money, a couple more questions. We'll get you out of here, brother. We know you got a lot to do. But you don't hope I didn't freeze out. But if y'all can hear me, raising capital, right?
Mhm.
So it takes money to do things. People are, investing money to
Mhm.
raise capital instead of going to get loans. But how does an investor raise capital? Or are y'all bootstrapping?
So we've been bootstrapping, but at the same time, we have sponsors that just believe in the vision. So I've had a long-standing relationship with I'll shout them out, man. Jim Ellis Automotive Group. They are the
Mm.
largest family-owned automotive dealership in the Atlanta area. I've had a relationship with them for over, I want to say, 4 going on 5 years. I do free exposure camps every summer. Last year was the first year I didn't do one. So when I did that, they came out to my first one. And to be completely honest with you, man, I thought it was a disaster. I had like 60 kids, 42 of which were like 11 years old. And I promised them that we were gonna do like a high school camp, and they came out and they were like, "Man, no, this is great. Like, we see what you're going to like grow into. We see you're like you're building." And honestly, we developed that relationship with my guy Ralph over there, man, and Don, and then we just continue to flourish. And from that like standpoint, to see where we are now on like a national scale with like with them just helping and sponsoring us, man, it just paves the way. So for us, like I said, it just provides us a little relief to create an opportunity and also to market to a group of people that that can come out here and capitalize on something successful as well.
That's a big. And I think last thing for me, brother, you said the first camp you thought was a total failure. It's a lot of L's you're gonna take on a journey to being successful and to be a successful entrepreneur. So what would you say to anybody who, you know what I'm saying, was getting past those points, the questioning, I'm taking a lot of L's right now. Should I give up on this dream or keep going?
I don't never want to sound like I'm writing a book or a cliche, bro, but you will take way more losses than you do wins. I can count on probably like one finger how many true wins I've had in business. I feel like in the L's ain't L's, they really just lessons. It's teaching you ways to work better and to work different. So if any like kid, anybody that's out there, like I said, I don't consider myself a success because I'm still working for my common goal. The only thing I'll tell you, man, I've been kicked on my behind more times than I could count, more times than I can name. And the only thing that taught me is way to dust yourself off, learn. It's not, it ain't a loss, it's just a lesson. So you learn from it, see what you shouldn't have did, see who you shouldn't have trusted, see who you did, like what the right, formula for you wasn't, and then just continue to move because business is just about lasting, man. Who can outlast the next man? Like I said, wins gonna come, wins and losses come and go, but just continue to like fight forward and fight through it. And I think that's the perfect thing that a person can do.
For sure. I definitely got to ask you. I can't let you off the hook, man. We gotta ask you, man. The top, let's do top two teams and top three players that you saw at the tournament. Cause I know you had your eyes peeping. I know you was running around, but I know you was looking at ball too.
All right, all right. It's hard for me to say two teams, man, because I honestly, to be completely honest, I just didn't know. Like I was like even writing I'll be honest, like I talked to CJ earlier, man. Coastline even surprised me. He told me he was not lying. He did an interview we like with the page, and he was just like, we did not come to the money. He did tell me this. He did tell me this before. And he said, man, he said, honestly, we want the work. He was like, I'm not expecting to just come down here to win. He's like, I'm just trying to get the work from my guys. And they came down here. They're the only team that was undefeated, right? But honestly, DEFCON, of course, DEFCON United is a crazy team, man. I knew DEFCON was gonna be really good. I knew Raw Miami could be very good too. I know they're just, good name. Trillion Boys is good, but overall, like I said, C1N was the one that like C1N had some gems. City Reapers is good too. But if I had to pick two, DEFCON,
Okay.
that I thought prior to, that I'll do it like this. The two teams I thought prior to, DEFCON and I thought SFE. I'm gonna be honest. I thought both rosters were just gonna be too crazy to the point that where it was just like they're used to 7-on-7, but at the same time they have stacked rosters. So I was like, those are two that I'm like, oh man, I don't know how people are gonna outlast them too. But Fast has a crazy roster too. They were my sleeper pick. But out there, I'll say Devin Carter. Devin Carter was phenomenal, man. I'm not just saying that. I'm an Auburn grad. People don't know, but I'm an Auburn grad. So just seeing Devin Carter out there was crazy. And then I can't think of the kid that plays for Domo. He's 14.
You talking
If
about
you
that
know,
receiver?
oh my God, a
Yeah, you talking about
grown,
triple I. Yeah, he's going crazy.
a
Yeah, I know exactly what you're
grown,
talking about.
a grown man, dog.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, my bad, guys. But a grown man, man. I was like, I was surprised by him. I'll say for that. And then the quarterback for Coastline, I didn't know him until then. I was just like, who is this kid? Just dropping dimes the whole time. So I'll say those were my top sleepers, man. And then in the 15U, I gotta shout out my boy Mook, man. I know he was out there balling doing his thing. Yeah, I was rooting for Mook, man. Mook is my guy. I really like Mook, man. So Mook and this Cypher, man. Cypher, I don't think Cypher threw an interception at the
Right.
tournament. Yeah,
He
yeah,
was
he was
slinging that
crazy.
thing.
Yeah, no, he was
Yeah.
going crazy.
That name Bryson Wright, that kid that was going off.
Oh yeah, bro, insane. Okay, yeah, I want to
Yeah,
say he's like the top receiver in his class right
I'm
now.
pretty
I want
sure.
to say
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. You're pretty sure you're right on that one.
if you look, yeah, if he's not, he's about to be.
Facts.
Facts, man. My last one for you before we let you get out of here, man. I just want to talk a little bit about just taking on a different perspective, man. Just obviously talked about entrepreneurship, but you a young black man like us, you know what I'm saying? You've been through the mud, you've had to, go through different things. But what's your thoughts on I don't want to necessarily say it's a movement because it's always been happening, but we're seeing more of it. I
Hmm.
feel like in media and it's a pod me and him follow called Earn Your Leisure. Just black brothers putting together talking about, growing your money, credit, finance,
Hmm.
investing, crypto. Just what is your thoughts on the empowerment, just in general, and a lot of us, trying to have that entrepreneurial mindset
Hmm.
and be in the business for ourselves, but also to your extent, what you said, giving back to other people as well.
No, for sure. I'll say it starts at home, to be honest. And a big part of why I do what I do is because I believe in empowering kids and empowering like the community and people that also look like us as well. People don't like credit is king. My mom was like I know people say cash is king, credit is king. If your credit is good, you can get anything. You don't, you know what I'm saying? That's just how it always has been. My mom actually started building my credit when I was like 10 years old.
Mm.
And I
Mm.
know it's people that I know who had like a reverse problem to where they became a certain age and they're like, I've never gotten anything in my name, and they see that the credit is shot already by the time they become of age. So I think just having that standpoint and letting kids know and letting their families know, like, hey, foundational pieces provide people with resources. So a lot of times when we do events and stuff as well, this is the first year we didn't do it. We normally have like a financial literacy like person that comes on to at least talk to the kids and give them an option, like just a I don't know. I'm big on seeing is believing. So I think if people can have access to these resources and just be able to know, like they will you can think a little different. If you're not exposed to something, how can I expect you to know? I think it's
Mm.
kind of a little hard, but I also just think, man, people need to think it's the world is also bigger than me. So a lot of times I always say I want to be when people ask me like why do I do some of the things I do, because they're like, why don't you charge for this camp, why don't you do this, why are you giving away money? I'm like, I try to be the man that I wanted when I was a kid. And for me, a lot of times, man, that was my Uncle Charles, that was my grandfather, that was my dad. People like that in my life that really like that I saw they weren't just taking a responsibility just for their own. They were taking a responsibility for their community. I think that since the community has gone away a lot of times with us these days, and I think building that and also building that foundational structure to say, hey, it's okay not to know. Put people around you that do know. And also for the people that do know to kind of sometimes come down and meet people where they are to provide those resources. That's just me, man. I could go on and on about it. I'm extremely passionate about it because I'm extremely passionate about our people, and I want to see us do better. And I want us to look at each other as an ally, not as an enemy, and to think of elevating the next man does not take money or food off my plate. That's something that down the line, that man, whether he goes and he becomes successful, guess what? You just made another ally. You just made another friend, because if he's successful in his avenue, that's somebody you can then pick up the phone and call and use as a resource. That's how I always think, man. And that's how I'm gonna continue to think. I'm not gonna think if y'all do 707 tomorrow, I'll tell you everything I know about it. Because guess what? If you do it better than me, you deserve to do it better than me. That's just how I feel.
Gentleman
Gotcha.
and the scholar right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Nah, nah.
Yes,
But it's
sir.
real
That's
though,
all I got,
man.
Bacon. That is real because a lot of people don't think like that.
Yeah, nah.
100%. Well, brother, like I said, man, we appreciate you coming on, taking some time out your busy schedule to enlighten us as well as bless our viewers, man. So we look forward to see you in the future, man. As always, you know what I'm saying? Keep doing what you're doing, bro. We appreciate you.
Man, appreciate y'all, man. Stay safe and stay blessed out here, guys.
Most definitely.
Yes, sir, man. Same to you, brother. All right, man. There he goes, man. Hey, we got a great comment too after that as well, man. Go and give a shout out. He said, it's hard being independent. Gotta have a nonprofit in your back pocket. Great info, y'all. So appreciate LGTV, man, tapping in, man. Much love to him, man. But yeah, great job, Bacon. I mean, bringing him on. I know he has a super busy schedule, man, but just appreciate him, coming on and talking about how he put everything together. Because, like I said, man, that was probably one of the best ones I've been to. And
Thanks.
right here in the heart of Atlanta, I mean, you don't get much better than that.
Right, exactly, brother. Right here in the house.
Yeah.
Morehouse to be exact, man. You got the MLK statue. You know, so many great alumni have been through there, along with the great football. It just tied in together, man. Seeing so many stars and seeing so many kids have a fun time. You know what I'm saying? Get exposure. That's what it's all about. But yeah, man, the gems he dropped today, man, was tough, man. So definitely shout out to Z, man. Shout out to the Sevens. Shout out to Mitch, everybody who's involved with the weekend. And shout out to you, brother. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You breathe life into this show as you do so well on an often occasion.
I appreciate that, brother. I definitely try to, man. Be tired sometimes, but man, really enjoy doing it, man. And just being able to explore the kids. And like I said, I can't believe gotta figure out who Parlay is. I know who that is, but like I've never seen his face, but I hear that name all the time, Parlay. But just him seeing our clip, I mean, and using it, I mean that speaks volumes, man.
100%. Parlay's actually one of the original franchise boys, brother. The franchise boy,
Him?
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty, yeah.
Get out of here, for real?
Yeah, he's an Atlanta legend for sure.
That's pretty crazy, bro.
You got a comment?
That's wild. No, I was just looking. That's wild, bro. That's wild to think about, bro. That just show you the motion, bro. That just shows you the motion, bro.
100%, man. That's crazy, bro. That, like I said, but that was a great pod, man. I really enjoyed chopping that with him. 100%.
100%, man. But obviously that'll conclude that's a section of it. I guess this last thing being said with obviously seven, just what were your big takeaways? I just did an article on it. Guys that caught my attention, Bacon, but who caught your attention and who's really stood out to you, whether that's teams, players, whatever it may be?
Let me see. What's his name? It was the purple and white team. It was a 15 U team. He tagged us today earlier. Or was it the other night? I have to check. But some other ones, obviously, Mook for sure, Darnell. Let's see, DBs. Obviously, Gibo from Stockbridge. He was tough. It was a DB from Southern Express, number 1. He had it was a lot of good DBs out there. Let me put that out there. A lot of great DBs. So him as well.
So my 18U?
He was 18. No, he was 15U for sure.
15U.
Let me get his name real quick. He plays for Levi Kelly. He's not from Pike Road. He's from Auburn High School. There's a lot of Auburn talent in the building. He had a crazy catch. Jamar Owens. So teams. What was the green team again, brother?
Trillion Boys.
Trillion Boys. All right, Trillion Boys. They were special. Number 7 was cooking. Obviously, I would like to see him cater a lot more, but so he got in, did this thing. Jeremiah Collier. Shout out to him, man. Just a linebacker that really moves like a safety. So that made some damage. That really stood out to me. Let me see. Let me pick up a couple more. C1 in. The C1 in is quarterback. I didn't figure out his name, but he looked good. He's what I'm saying. He did his thing for sure. Let's see who else. Oh, Anthony Davis for Team Huncho did his thing. A lot of people like, man, what I'm saying? Parlay got this linebacker, man. What he doing? But what I'm saying? He did his thing. He held his own. And Terrius Favors, he caught my eye. He did his thing. But what did you see, my friend?
Yeah, I think I know everybody's gonna be like, well, he got bombed on or whatever it is, but I thought that Jontavious Wyman had a really great outing. I mean, to me, he just seems more polished. I mean, he's always been a great player, but it just seems like he's playing at a different level and speed, in my opinion. I mean, the fact that he played a little bit, then went to his team's basketball game, played some, you know what I'm saying, it was back out there on Sunday. I mean, it's a true definition of an athlete, man. Definitely special talent here in the state of Georgia. So, yeah, what he was able to do, I mean, definitely he did his thing. I thought he was very impressive, in my humble opinion. Obviously, Devin Carter, as he mentioned, as a player, I talked about as well. I just, now if he's going to play like that during the season, that's not saying he did play like that before. But if he's playing to the level that he was playing in this tournament, look the hell out. You know what I'm saying? Good luck. You know what I'm saying? Trying to slow down DC. You know what I'm saying? We already got Aaron Gregory. We know how spectacular he is, but then you add him to the fray too. I mean, I know you played with him last year, but if he's playing at that kind of a level, you're gonna have to really pick your poison. You know what I'm saying? So he's another one that caught my eye. I think SFE, Nasir McCoy was another one.
Yes.
Thought he played really good on
Yeah.
18U. Had a nice pick. You know, him in that DB room along with a Tyree Green. They got some dudes. You know what I'm saying? They got some dudes that heavily wanted him. I know Georgia's after, but actually both of them. But he was impressive to me as well. Obviously, you know, Mook, you know what I'm saying? I think that's the first time I've seen him throw in person. So he definitely, you know, took me or definitely caught my eye with what he was doing and just how calm he looks. Like, I think, you know, they had a good quarterback last year, Landon Walker, but Mook might be that guy that can maybe land them a title dog. Like, no disrespect to nobody else. 5'8's a little open right now. We'll see what happens, obviously, and everything like that. But Mook looks like the real deal, man. So he really caught my eye. Maddox Davis, no one's going to talk about him. But the type of catches he was making for Black Widow, like, he's physical, great release, you know, catch through traffic, just highlight real play. I mean, he made one-hander. I can't believe he wasn't able to drag his foot. You know what I'm saying? Like, just clips all over the field. I was like, man, I should have been recording more. Like, he had some unreal type of catch. His catch radius is insane. And then you throw in, obviously, CJ Cypher. Didn't throw a pick, as he mentioned. Another standout player for them, you know, and what they're able to do. So I think, you know, they got a lot of talent. A lot of guys stand out, man. I mean, Pipeline and Carrollton, I don't know what they brewing over there, but they always got a pretty good quarterback coming through. So even if he don't play next year or this year, he should be ready to go sophomore year, in my humble opinion. We'll see what happens. But I think they got the next guy that's in line that's ready to go.
Nah, that's a fact, bro. Mook was out there just beating boys strictly long arm talent. I was to myself, I said, man, boy, beating these kids all arm talent. That's crazy. But one more we got to mention is the young man from Coastline Stars. He had on the red, I'm not sure what it was, from Montgomery, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Carver Montgomery, talking about Zion Crumpton.
Yeah. He was flying. Mm-hmm. He was flying for sure. He obviously gonna catch a lot of attention with what he had on his head, but his play definitely took the aura up a couple notches for sure. So that's who I thought was definitely some standout bona fide athletes. Like I said, man, spectacular camp, man, phenomenal.
Yeah, they did anything, man. Hope they do more in the future for sure. I don't know how it'll be going forward. Just, you know, I know now it's going to be kind of tough unless they, like, you know, kind of announce something on the fly. I don't know how long. Probably should ask them how long they was preparing for that, to say the least. But I know, you know, probably tough now, especially with, you know, spring coming and these kids on visits and everything like that. You know, you got to really find that nick and cranny, you know, before that actually happens. I think they did a good job with that. But would love definitely, if they have another one here, I will be there for sure. But nonetheless, I got to share the screen, Bacon. Get your thoughts. You went to this last year in a big time camp, or, you know, one-on-one event, I should say. It's going to be happening yet again. Now, I don't know the date. Oh, it looks like the date's right here. April 18th, Friday Night Lights Showcase. Bacon, you've been there. Obviously, a lot of people love to come out. It's getting more and more notoriety to kind of what Z was saying, man. This event happens once a year, you know, and I feel like to the degree of what he said, it's kind of gained that I don't want to say exposure, but it's gained that kind of like buzz around it where, like, when he has it, you have to go, you know, because it's always a top end event. Now, Bacon, you was there. You can attest to it more than I can, but I think the exclusivity has helped out, obviously, Route King, Coach Alexander, and his event. But what's just your thoughts? I mean, another great event is going to happen April 18th, looks like. I mean, what's just your thoughts?
Yeah, this is a similar type of event. It's a real pure, authentic event. You know, you have different events where it's a lot of fluff. You come out here, man, you don't know who's the dogs, man. If you're trying to come out and put yourself on, that's exactly what this camp is for. If you're already him, you come here, and, you know what I'm saying, you get more notoriety. So this is, like I said, this is a real good pure event for people to come out and get good exposure. You know what I'm saying, Coach Hilt, you know what I'm saying, Douglas County people, you know what I'm saying, they do a great job. Last year, Coach Ball's Choice, I can't remember. Coach what's Coach's last name, bro, from Ball's Choice?
Coach Mill.
Coach Mill gave out some offers last year. Alex Benson was in the building, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I said, it's a good event, man. you get to see who the dogs are for sure. I believe they have them come from different states too. So that's what's up.
And will you be attending this year?
Will I be attending this year? I just put it in my calendar. Around that time, it's gonna be real hectic. So I will know probably as April approaches for sure. So we're on the fence.
On the fence. All right, there you have it. But yeah, that's another big event, obviously happening here in the state of Georgia. Obviously, you do a great job putting it together. I've never been to one, so I can't attest to it just yet. But people always say, "Nah, you should go. You need to go." So we'll see if my calendar is open around that time. Usually, like Bacon said, it's a busy time. I'll definitely be in attendance and try to go and definitely get it out there, man. But I think that's it, man, for the high school. Obviously, with our interview and everything. Did you have anything else to add, Bacon, to the high school segment, or that you want to talk about? Any news you've seen before we wrap?
Nah, we're good, brother.
Good. All right. So that's gonna happen. I mean, obviously, y'all know, man, it's a slow period, man. I mean, it's still dead period. In the high school realm, you do have some events here and there each weekend. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna probably start to heat up like March. As soon as March gets here, obviously basketball will be crazy because March Madness and everything.
Right.
But you'll probably see more kids visiting, locking in. You know what I'm saying? Spring practice starting to start up towards May. So definitely be a lot of fun.
I can agree. Unless you want to talk about Josiah, he taught his visit schedule. I know he'll be in Tech 18th of March, right?
No, the 8th.
8th, excuse me. So definitely shout out to Josiah, man. Oh, okay, we pull it up. Okay, yeah. Let's get the visuals, man. People love to see the visuals.
Yes, sir.
Broke the news this morning.
Yes, sir. Breaking news this morning. So as y'all know, Tech fans, I did a whole video. So, you know what I'm saying? As I told you, as I hear breaking news, I will let y'all know. But yeah, he told me this morning that he got obviously the visit set in for Georgia Tech on March 8th. And again, it's a major target for the Yellow Jackets. They offered him on February 1st. Y'all can go to si.com and get the full story there as I broke it there. But yeah, this is his visit schedule. Let me go ahead and pull that up as well because he did tag us. So I gotta retweet my guy here. They've been so busy today. But this is officially his visits. You know what I'm saying? So obviously it's Vanderbilt March 20th. Memphis on March 27th. USF on April 5th. And then Ole Miss April 17th through the 19th. So I'll go out and say this about Josiah. I really, and I said this in my video, I really think he is I think he is a AJ Brown. Like he reminds me so much of him for the Philadelphia Eagles. Like he's not the tallest guy, but 6'1", physical, big body. When you throw it in his direction, it's like an 80-20 instead of a 50-50. Very athletic, very physical when he catches the ball, hard to bring down. That's kind of what he reminds me of a little bit. And he popped off this year. Went off for 45 catches, over 1,000 yards, 17 touchdowns. Had a game when he went off for like over 180 yards and 4 touchdowns against Arab. Like the kid is special, man. And I think this would be a great target for Georgia Tech. Now, for those that don't know, right, I'm not going to reveal everything, but I will say Tech does have the lead, okay, on this recruitment. Now, if they're going to finish the job, that is up to them. Again, respectfully. He is very high on the program, okay? I will leave it at that. Like, he's very high on the program. So it should tell you a lot that Tech's getting the first visit out of all of these visits. Mm-hmm. Think about that. I said that in my video, too. He's scheduled with Tech first before anybody else. You know what I'm saying? So I really think it's a situation. We'll see what happens. Let's say, hypothetically, commit somewhere else. I still expect Tech to be probably pretty keen and high on him and continue to try to flip him until the end. But if you can land him, I definitely think he's one of those guys that can come in and be, I think, a difference maker year one. Now, I ain't saying he's going to be an instant impact player, but I do think you'll see some playing time for him, and I think he'll definitely make an impact year one.
Well said, brother.
Any reaction? What do you think of this list?
I mean, I think you're right, bro. Like we either you told me, or I'm saying, or he said it. His pops told us 1 and 2 that he's very high on Texas. High on Texas day one, and I agree with you. For them to get the first visit, I think that speaks volume, man. You know what I'm saying, and it's 20 days from the rest of them. The rest of them are more close together. I think that means a lot, but that is something, you know what I'm saying, that's a glaring obvious thing. But yeah, your brother from Moody, Alabama, you know what I'm saying, we could see him in the flats in the city, you know what I'm saying, real soon, obviously with the visit, but when he starts his collegiate career. So, but yeah, to your point, you know what I mean, strong hands too. You know what I'm saying? Makes and wants to make that spectacular grab, but also is going to make the sure-handed catches as well. Knows how to contort his body and keep the defender on his back, but making tough catches. So you know what I'm saying? Josiah is a special player, man. He's got a great family. Kids got heart, man. So when you got heart and drive, you know what I'm saying, you definitely going places. And I think he's going to go places when he gets to the city. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly.
But I'll keep y'all up there. I'll let y'all know again. That's what we will find out. He says to go through his whole gamut. But I will say this: a commitment is coming soon. I will leave it at that. I'm not telling y'all the date, but it is on the way. You know what I'm saying? They got to go through their visits and everything, but expect something probably around May. Could change. Could change. Huh?
I said we need some sound effects when you drop bombs like that. We got boom, 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 boom.
Let me see if I can find anything. Hold on.
This thing got sound effects?
Yeah, what's his name used to do it?
That's right.
Oh, damn, I can find it. Man.
Good, yeah. I buy you some time. So, like you said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope y'all liking the show. Definitely, if you missed the beginning of the show, we talked to Z, co-founder of the Sevens football 7-on-7 tournament that just happened this past weekend in Morehouse, which was a banger. And also, I believe the owner, if not co-owner, of UREC as well, UREC Dynasty. So, he dropped a lot of gems of how entrepreneur is to conduct himself. And with today being a full gamut, a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of people want to be YouTube stars. A lot of people want to conduct their own money and scale up to 10x. Definitely need to go check that out because there's a lot of gems. Did you find any good ones, brother? Any good sound effects?
I did not. I ended up getting booted, and now I can't find it.
That's all right. It was
next time. Facts. But all right, man, we're going to keep it rolling, keep it moving, man. So I do want to just talk a little bit about, obviously, Shedeur Sanders. He's not throwing at the pro combine. So, Bacon, what is your reaction to that and him not throwing at the combine? Do you think it's a wise decision? He's going to throw it, obviously, Colorado Pro Day. What's your reaction to that?
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Is it a wise decision? It probably doesn't matter. I think Shedeur will perform anywhere. But I think this is a great move. You don't want to give any inkling of a doubt when you're playing with house money, when you had question marks. Coming out of high school, going to Jackson, I can't play at, you know what I'm saying, the big boy level, and went to a no-name school, went to one of the, I think the smallest FCS school, or you know what I'm saying, in terms of win-loss when he came in and put it back on the map. When you're playing with house money, just let time do its thing and let aura, you know what I'm saying, become your currency and walk into the first, second, and third overall pick. And of course, people have eyes on them at the pro day, so they're going to see you. So for sure.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I say the same. I don't think it really matters. We've seen prospects just throw out their pro day. We've seen it several times. So I think as long as he has a good performance, he'll be just fine. All the metrics and everything like that, I mean, you know what it is. So sometimes you'll have that. Guys that don't necessarily need the combine. I mean, I feel like I don't want to say it's become an event where you're underrated, you go and you go ball. But I do think it's an event where you can obviously raise your stock for one, but if you're already established and you're going as a top 5 pick, I mean, it doesn't make sense. Hey, I'm just throwing my pro day, call it a day. Like, you don't necessarily, to me, I mean, it looks like it'll do you more harm than good at that point. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I think it's a wise decision. Regardless, he's going to be a top 5 pick. So,
I guess don't take on any extra pressure, man.
Yeah, exactly. But we're going to keep it rolling, Bacon. Got a big-time topic here, man. I want to get your thoughts, but this was talked about last week. This is via, obviously, Washington, their head coach, Jed Fish. He said he wants college football to adapt the NFL calendar. He told Pete Nakos, we should literally just take the NFL schedule. When they have their draft, we can have our portal, then we can roll. What is your reaction to that?
What is my reaction to that? I mean, the seasons are totally different, right?
Yeah, to a degree. I mean, NFL starts September, 2 weeks after.
Yeah.
NFL is done in February. College football season, though, is extending now. I mean, it's done like almost 2 weeks before Super Bowl. But they're supposed to work together so they don't conflict as much.
Okay. Then for that reason, I don't see any problem with it. it's a changing dynamic. It's a changing game. I think college football is entering into another golden era. It was better for both parties to coincide with college football becoming more and more like a pro league. And put the players on the schedule. There's an easier transition into the big league. You think you think so, or you think not?
I said I like it, but I said why do it on the NFL? Because I feel like there's a lot of prestige around the NFL draft. I feel like the portal would take away from it. The only reason I say that is because so many eyes and reporting is going on in the portal. Imagine the portal and the NFL draft going at the same time. I think it's too much. What they should do is they should have the portal like a week after the draft is over or 2 weeks, whatever you want to do. The reason I say that is because do one central portal essentially instead of having two. One portal in the spring, whatever, after the NFL draft is over, because then all the eyes are on the draft, right? All the eyes are on the portal, right? And then if you have that singular signing day, obviously that happens in February. So you don't have to compete and contend with that, right? One. Then two, the portal, you can assess, okay, hey, what else do we need? You know what I'm saying? What else do we need to add to this team in order to be successful this year, right? And I think it gives you a standpoint where, okay, we've seen these guys in the spring. We know what they can bring to the table. Okay, cool. Let's try to go ahead and bring them. Now, I know coaches don't like this. Obviously, I think they probably hate the spring portal more than the fall portal or the winter portal, which is why a lot of coaches are doing away with spring games, which is a key topic right now in the college football world. But I feel like that gives you a time to evaluate talent. You're seeing it in the spring. You already had your spring game. Because spring game, think about this, Bacon was in April, right? So once that's over, you can start, having the contact, do whatever you do, and then you could bring in the guys that you need for your team to get in order to get ready for the season. And then for the players, it still gives you after spring, you got summer and you got fall camp in order to get ready for the year, right? For with your new team. So you still got plenty of allotted time in order to do that. So I think it's good on the media side. I think it's good on the portal side because it's only one central portal. They did that, and it's right after the NFL draft. And the reason I said that, Bacon, last thing on this, what do we have really in May besides baseball? Obviously, you got NBA, which is obviously still big. But what else do you have we look forward to as far as football? Think about it. And my selling point is it's like almost a college football free agency, right? Similar to pro football. Pro football is in March. Then it's the draft, right? Then imagine, okay, these guys go to the NFL. That's it. Boom. College football free agency portal or college football transfer portal. Where do these guys go? And then it gives you this frenzy. So then the reason I bring this up too, Bacon, you got that week or two to do it. And then right after that week is over, then you can go look at the next class of high school guys in 2026 and check them out without that having interfered. You know what your team will look like this year. Then you can start locking in with the guys before they go to spring practice in May, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? But they would probably have to move back the spring practices and everything. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a week after the draft is usually on the 30th. So if you had this portal from the 1st to the 15th, the 1st to the 20th, whatever it may be, you're going to have to move back, obviously, on spring, so you can still go see the high school kids as well. That was kind of my standpoint on it.
Once again, hit the nails right on the head, man. Problem solver extraordinaire, brother. Yeah, I mean, I when as soon as you said that's a lot to cover, that's what my mind was. I said, man, I'm getting a lot vibes. So, but yeah, you know what I'm saying, you got to cover the draft. You know what I'm saying, that's if you got a small and media team, that's definitely stretching them. So I agree. May definitely being a dead period, you know what I'm saying? And then mixing spring, extending spring game out a couple weeks. You know what I mean? What's a week extra week or two gonna really do? So I mean, some teams even do the what's that? Well, that's the same thing. So yeah, for sure.
100%. Well, all right, Bacon. If you don't got nothing else, I think that's gonna do it for our college topics. Nothing really crazy right now. Obviously, it's the it's dead period, obviously, and spring. I know spring we'll have a little bit more. Obviously, when we get back because it'll be spring practices and everything and stuff like that. But other than that, it's kind of slow.
Definitely is slow. So, we've already talked about, but we're going to touch on it again, man. Interesting position groups that you're really looking on for Georgia Tech.
Yeah, we have touched on it. I mean, yeah, I think it starts and stops with the defensive line. You know what I'm saying? How good can they be? Well, we have an instant impact freshman. You know what I'm saying? We talked about secondary plenty. Can a guy like Andre Fuller or Derry Norris or Braden Manley um, or that Utsa transfer, can somebody have an impact, right? Now, you were top 30 unit rush defense last year. You need somebody to be kind of that game record, and I talked about it. They're missing that, right? And when I say game record, go look at Georgia with Jalon Walker, a Dane Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Defensive line, Mikael Williams. You need somebody like to that stature. Now, could emerge from the secondary, could emerge from the linebacker, but I feel like you need a guy on the defensive line. Now, in spurts, Jordan Vandenberg showed that. Romello Height's no longer on the team, right? He's at Texas Tech now. You need a guy, whether that's in the portal or young, to come in and emerge as that guy. You know what I'm saying? Now, he don't have to do it by himself, but imagine you have a guy that can get, let's say 8 sacks. We're never talking about double-digit sacks, Bacon. 8 sacks this season for Georgia Tech. That will go a long way in helping them out. And then your corners don't have to cover as long because then you got somebody to get into that backfield. So I feel like that's a position I want to see. I want to see how the revamped wide receiver unit is going to look. Obviously, I know they have Malik Rutherford, but you got 2 transfers in from FIU, a couple young guys in there. Does Isaiah Canyon take that step forward this year for the Yellow Jackets?
Yeah.
Interesting to look. And how we look at tight end. Is Luke Harpering ready to take that next step as well? He showed some flash as well, but this is basically, he should have more playing time this next year, especially with Jackson Hall's in the NFL draft and they're losing a couple of guys. Those would be my positions.
Yeah, for sure. And then not really intel, but intel. Whenever Chase Lane was on Twitter, he's like, I got time today, fans hit me up. And he got on the topic of Isaiah Canyon. He was real high on him, so that's definitely going to be a name, as you alluded to watch in the spring. I think he's going to be a big part of that group. Got a chance to see him play down at Warner Robinson. You know what I'm saying? They were playing Northside Warner Robinson. He had a large imprint on the deciding factor of that game in the second half, having some big time catches. So keep tabs on him. And I agree with you. Defensive line and offensive line as well. We lost some seniors. So who's going to fill into those roles, transfers? But definitely, I think all eyes will be on the defensive line as well. Linebacker, solid unit, but definitely defensive line for sure. So I can concur. Also, 100%. I'll say, do you think we see more of the 2 quarterback set as we saw Tech go down into the second half of the season? Or do you think they'll traditionally stick with Haynes King and ride the whole way through?
They probably will stick with King, but you never know. I mean, Coach Faulkner is a phenomenal coach. He knows what he's doing. He likes to kind of throw that element of intrigue in there. So they definitely could, have that kind of same system set up for him. They could still, allow him to work in different packages. Now, it might not be as consistent because King was dealing with, obviously, the AC joint shoulder sprain, but it might still work in packages because the whole key is they want their guy to feel comfortable, right? Aaron follows the future. Right, this is probably going to be King's last year, right? They got to make sure Follow feels comfortable, and you want him to still feel like he's involved too, because this is the guy you're going to get the keys to, right? Hello, you're giving him the keys next year. No, not this upcoming year, but next year. You want to make sure. I feel like he's already ready to go, but you want to make sure he's cool when. Okay, I'm a transfer. Like, no, this is the guy that's going to lead you after. So let's say Haynes King goes and they go on this incredible run. They go 10-2. They make college football playoff. They do their thing. You want Follow to be that next guy in line to lead your group, lead the charge, and be like, okay, cool. We want to playoff, or we got to the playoffs. What next step can we take with this group? You know what I'm saying? And you want Follow to kind of be not saying King can't do it. Haynes King can obviously do it too. I'm saying he's the next guy in line that's going to lead you for the next 2 to 3 years. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to, temper that. But I think we could, for sure.
Yeah. I agree with you for sure. I just had to ask.
No, good question, bro. Good question. We got people tuned in, so good question. All right. So now, Bacon, it's time. We don't got too many breakdowns today, just 3. We're going to break down a little bit of film. Some of these guys are 25, so it's kind of like on the older end, but, they hit me up via request. So I'm just going to break it down, man, get their films, give our thoughts, man. So without further ado, let's roll it. All right, so this is Jeremy Daniels
All
He's
right.
from Coconut Creek, Florida. Did you guys see the palm trees? Class of 25. I think he's right here, like number 7.
Immediately like the way he's flowing.
Yeah, moving really well. Pick 6 here. Yeah, that's a
Nice.
good bait. Bait the quarterback there.
Okay, multiple. Outside leverage. Ooh.
Nearly had a pick.
Yeah. I was like,
That was
man,
nice.
coming off the edge. Boom.
Yeah, that's nice. Nice sack right there. Right here, playing linebacker spot. Great break on the ball right there. Nice play.
On the island here, no overtop help.
Oh, I think it's the offense on that one.
Okay, running back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he just lost him.
Mm-hmm. Completely. Right here, like playing that central fielder in the middle.
But he tracked the ball, man.
Facts.
Fumble. Stripped him.
See that one more time. That's hard to see.
Yeah, he stripped that
Sheesh.
bad boy. Yeah.
Ripped it right out. Right here, right place, right time. Another pick. Oh, nice move.
Scores. Elusive.
Very. Right here in that middle again. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like that. Don't even give an opportunity for the offensive line to get hands on him.
No, not at all. Oh, nice sack right there. Good blitzer too, man.
Yeah, this kid's all around, man. He's very versatile.
Go right there. Oh, nice sack again, man. Great play on the ball. Shooting through that gap again. One-on-one here on the island look like.
Yeah, that's nice.
Good coverage. Okay, right here playing slot, Bacon look like. Nothing too crazy, just middle of the field. Nice cut. Here's again. Oh, good read.
Nice, great read.
Wait, who was that against? Was that? Bro, I think that was against whatchamacallit, bro.
That does look like Peachtree.
Don't it? That is Peachtree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember, because they played him in the opener. Yeah, that's Kelly, bro. See it?
Yeah.
Yep, he did. Great wrap-up tackle. Ooh, what a tackle. What a hit. Oh, he forced a fumble.
Yes. He needs some attention.
Definitely. That was a big hit. That's what I'm talking about. Nice. Same thing as Peachtree Ridge. Feeding that gap. Ooh, breaking through the block.
That's Osiris, right?
Nice hit. I think so. Here he is again. Oh, what a read. Ooh, that was a pick 6. You read that like a book. Here he is again, coming inside.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. I think I'm gonna end it on that, bro. This is what I mean, though. When y'all ask me about linebacker, like flowing to the ball. I know the running back ain't the biggest guy, but bro, look how he flowed. Now, the only critique I have, bro, this should be your first play. Now you got great play. The pick six was great. That was my second play. This should be your first play.
Right.
And the reason I say that, look at this, bro. Absolutely reason. Look at him explode.
Yeah.
That is a perfect impact play, bro. I'm gonna leave it at that, bro.
Yeah.
That should be your first play because you exploded to the ball. You got there in the backfield. Instant TFL. You knew what was coming. You hit him. You know, you're saying you hit him hard and you hit him in the backfield, bro. That should be the number one play.
That's
excellent.
Southwest or southeast, depending on whichever direction you want to. But he's attacking at an angle. He's not attacking east and west. Once you read it, go ahead and hit that. Go ahead and hit that angle, man.
Go ahead and hit that angle. Exactly, Bacon. So what's the rating? What you give it?
I'm gonna give him. The film is probably a 10, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm sure he's getting overlooked pertaining to his measurables, but the kid can play. I think they do have a tougher time down there in Florida to get certain looks, is what I'm hearing. But you know, the kid can play, man. He reacts.
It's hard to believe because it's considered one of the top end states.
I'm not sure, man. That's probably something for a Florida coach. Yeah, but if you're at a small school, I think he's playing at a small school. But they played against a 6A team. Peachtree is not a small school. I'm not sure, man. Maybe, but you know, I didn't see a lot of people on the sidelines with cameras. Like in Georgia, we get so spoiled, man. Just having media everywhere. Like this is not the norm everywhere we go. Alabama, Florida, Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? Athletes are definitely very blessed.
You know what? You're right. And then they didn't have their best season. That might not be 18. Let me see. I look at Peachtree Ridge schedule real quick because he might have played for a different team. Hold on. Let me go to the next one. The Ridge they played. Oh, he plays for Monarch. Monarch is in Coconut Creek. Yeah, I mean they did pretty decent. It's 7-4 this year.
Say it again.
7-4. They won their district. I said they were 7-4 and they played 6A ball, bro.
Okay, yeah.
Down there in Florida. So obviously pretty, but I think I think you hit the nail on the head though, Bacon. The problem is like definitely, and I've heard this about Florida. The media they don't allow. I think media on the sidelines,
right?
And I think they need to have more restrictions and stuff. You know, compared to what we have up here. Obviously we got stuff here that makes it tough to kind of do, but you know, if you kind of know, you can kind of work your way around it. If you know the AD, you need to go to a game, they know who you are, you're kind of pretty good. But you're 100% right. I just remember it's tougher to even go to games down there because they run it totally different. Unfortunately,
we gotta open it up and let more media come in and expose these young men and young ladies. You know what I'm saying? To help them get to the next level. If the collective's not going to do it, let the other collective step in.
Facts. All right, that's going to conclude that. Bacon gave him a solid 10. I give him a 9. I think that's solid film. I think it's just the measurables at that point in the exposure, but I think it's some really good film, man. But, all right, we got next up, safety linebacker 2026. He's from Vicksburg High School. This is his YouTube. This is where I found his film, so we're going to roll it. Hard clip probably. The first clip probably a little hard to see. Okay, like he's right here.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a boom right there. Okay. 1, 2, boom. I like that.
Shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Solid boom right there.
Come off the edge. No, I'm sorry.
He read that like a book one more time.
High point the ball.
Facts. Good read, good coverage. Okay, here we go. That multiple look, Bacon. Playing that slot. Ball coming to his side. Good hit. Solid. Nice tackle. Prevent the touchdown right there.
Slide again.
Playing that slot.
Inside leverage. Oh, a little zone here.
A little zone. Played it good, though. He got the crosser. Underrated play.
Play the
But
discipline.
so we got this guy across his face, but then you gotta be disciplined of, okay, hey, I trust you to get this guy. This guy's gonna peel over, and I gotta make sure I get this flat. Because if not, it's wide open. If he goes after him, it's open. He throws it, he got nothing but green grass.
We love defense who communicate on the back end, man. It's a beautiful thing to see.
Facts. Now, here he is again right here. Play coming to his side. I see a good tackle.
Middle linebacker here.
Hard to see it, but it looked like you made a good tackle. Hello, special teams.
I like when the players put it in special teams, man. It just shows them that, you're going to give PT special teams first. Why not add some clips?
Facts. I think this is the last one. Here he is again.
Just with a nose for the ball.
Nose for the ball, man. There you have it. All right, that's via his YouTube. So that's it. What you got, Bacon, on that one? We got one more after this one.
Another good film. I went high last time, so we'll go 9. I went high, so we'll go 9.
I give him an 8. I think some solid film in there. It's showing that you can read the coverage well. You know what I'm saying, go in and go up and go get the ball. I want to see a little bit more impact plays in the run game. They do a good job wrapping up tackling, but try to throw that ball loose a little bit, force fumble, try to punch it out. A couple TFLs in there, throw that in your film. Did good with the special teams, show you being the gunner. You can go out there, you can run all the way down the field and make a big impact on special teams. You know what I'm saying? Whether that's on the punt or the kick return coverage, whatever it is. As far as that, I like that you can play multiple. Like your read's good. Zone coverage was really good. So I like that part of your game. And I think you did a good job showing multiple. I just wanted to see you just, show a couple other things in there. You're 2026, so you got time. And always show your best clip first. You know what I'm saying? I tell guys all the time, that's the first thing they go see. These coaches don't have a lot of time, y'all. So the fact that you're looking at your film, first clip, make sure that is your best clip, and then follow up everything else, but showing the full quartet of what you can do. But solid film, man. Keep working. And thought it was pretty good.
I agree.
All right. Yes, sir. Last one, man. Josiah Featherstone. Bacon, he is from Red Bank, high school in Tennessee. So this will be the last one.
A little option.
Mm-hmm.
Great balance.
Sheesh. Yeah, that's crazy. Here he is again. Oh, good contact balance. Reversing field.
Oh, can you make something happen?
Facts. Here just getting on the off tackle eye. Oh, look at that burst.
6.
Love it, man. Get that second level gear.
Yeah, he's special. The balance and the burst is the two main things that are standing out right now. Working in the pass.
Oh, he caught that?
I don't think so.
That's closer than you think, man.
Yeah.
Heck of an athletic play. Right here in the open zone. Oh, good burst. Ooh, that cut was nasty. One more time. Look at that cut right there. Boom. Yeah, that cut was nasty work, bro. All right, here a little flat route. Okay, here he comes. That's what I'm talking about. That's excellent, bro. That's what I want players to show, bro. And now when I say impact plays, that's what I'm talking about. Because you're one-on-one. He's going to block him. If he's not there, he scores, bro.
Right.
See, I want y'all to look. See, that's blocked. So as soon as he hits that corner, he's out. So he has to make up this ground. He explodes. He sees it and wraps him up. Again, like I say, oh, well, can he play? He can't play. Hey, bro, look how big number 2 is. And look at him take him down. That's excellent play, bro. Love stuff like that. Right here, a little off tackle, breaks it. Good little burst on the sideline. I like it. Can run outside in between the tackles. Good job right there. Yeah. I mean, he's a good back, man.
Damn good back.
Same thing here. He is. Oh, nice jump cut. Oh, good
Nice.
power. Nice, bro. Look at him drag him in there. Great power. That's what I'm talking about. Same thing here. A little off tackle.
Oh, way to read it.
What a read it. Say it one more time, Bacon.
As soon as he popped it out, he
Yeah.
pushed it from the ground.
Exactly. Because he could have kept going here all the way out, but he seen it, stopped his foot, and went in. That's good read, bro. Good IQ. I like it. That's the film, man.
Today,
Short, sweet. What you say?
That's a high level film today.
High level, man. And the crazy part, he had 1,200 all-purpose yards, 11 touchdowns, 24 tackles, 5 PBUs, an INT, 2 TFLs, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery.
Oh, so
but as you said, huh?
He had to catch that.
Yeah, I think he did. I'd have probably almost made that my first play, but I think you get a little bit of it all. Good contact balance, good vision, you know what I'm saying, which I think you can work with that. He's not the biggest guy. I think that's where, like you said, a lot of these guys fall short is, you know, the measurables. These guys want certain, but we've seen smaller guys have impact, especially at the next level at running back. I don't think you got to be the biggest.
Nah.
I mean, go look at Jamal Haynes, not the biggest guy, but look at the impact he has. You got to have a program trusting you, man. But he's underrated, obviously, playing at Red Bank High School. But I think you see a whole bunch of different things that he can bring to the table on both ends of the field. Fortunately, 2025, so I'm not sure how his recruiting is going. He might have to go D2 NIA or a D3 route, but bro, that's not the end of the world. That's not saying you can't play, bro. I think you can play. I think it's just you're so slept on and the class can mostly sign, you might have to go that route and just have a different story, bro. Let that make you stronger. You know what I'm saying? Let that make you stronger, and then you can always transfer up, bro. You can't deny that you can play. That's pretty obvious that you can play. You just need the right people to believe in you and keep getting exposed, man. But that's an excellent film.
I tend to agree there, man. Like I said, high level film today. I'm gonna rate you a 9. There's nothing wrong with going on a path less traveled. You got to stay focused, stay locked in, and continue to keep your mind active and inspire yourself, man. Just born to yourself.
100%, man. But that's gonna be it, y'all. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Bacon, unless you got something to bestow upon us before we let everybody wrap, man.
Something to bestow upon the people. I would just say, just make some time for yourself, man. Go out, put your phones down, spend some time in nature. Go take that walk. Go ground. Go put your feet on the earth. Got pretty warm today, 75 degrees. So the biggest thing is just kind of get out of the matrix a little bit and go get in nature, man. If you're struggling to put things together, go spend time in nature. I think you'll come back and be satisfied with your results. So that's always the biggest thing for me is to get in tune and decompress from the technology.
I agree with you, Bacon. I feel like we be on it all the time, man. Obviously, with our job, we have to be. You never know when news breaks. So I'm victim of that too. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like you said, learn to decompress, man. I struggle with that a lot. I hear a lot of people tell me about it and have girls I talk to or I date say the same thing. It's just like, I don't know, I'm in that space where I'm so driven. I just want to be great. So it's like I devote so much time and people don't understand like what you have to go through in order to like do what we do, Bacon. Like, you know, you definitely have to be passionate, or if not, it'll eat you up and spit you out. But it's like, for example, this weekend we had to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though my main job I didn't. Last week, the weekend before, I had to work on the weekend. Well, my main job. This weekend, you know, obviously I worked during the other days I didn't have to, but I went to a 7-on-7 event. Most people are like, well, Najeh, why you don't just chill? But it's like, I want to be great. You know, I want to keep creating relationships. I want to know about the next class. So the only way to do it is, to Bacon's point, you got to show your face. So I struggle with that a lot, but I definitely try to have those weekends. I chill and have fun, especially during like the late winter, the spring. Because I know once summer hits, bro, like once July, it's a wrap. Like, you know what I'm saying? We locked in all the way into the end in this, you know, hectic months. But I can do that, you know what I'm saying, if I got my time to, you know, do what I need to do and have a spring and stuff like that. So Yeah, man, I just say find something you're passionate about. When you're passionate about it, it doesn't feel like work. Like for me, it never really feels like that. I don't feel, sometimes I feel tired, but I don't really feel like, oh man, I had to work for 10 hours or I had to do this for this. Like I feel good seeing like I can expose kids and I can help them out and get my intake. This has never felt like work for me. So I think I'm definitely in my purpose and what I want to do. But now it's just giving back. And when you become successful, still keep doing it. Don't, oh, well, I'm this now I can critique everybody. Or I'm this now. I'm gonna stop doing what I'm doing. No, continue to give back and help others. I think it's the big thing.
Absolutely, man. I was listening to a great Kobe motivational thing on YouTube, and he pretty much echoed the same thing what you just said, man. It's to put in when you're chasing greatness, you want to put in that time where I'm doing this every day. I'm doing this every day. By the time 5 years comes around, because I'm putting in this time in my competition is not. I'm gonna be so far ahead of my competition they can't even catch up because I'm 5 years ahead, and it's 5 years down the line. So when you're seeking greatness, those are the things that's gotta stay in your mind and keep you up at night, and keep you going. So if you carry on those things. And remember, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And network, be personable, work on your people skills. You'll be all right, man. For sure. Keep God first.
That's it. Keep God first, man. And don't mock God. You know what I'm saying? I keep it at that. Don't mock. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there will be answers and consequences. I don't know people religious or not, man, but I just say, always there's something that exists. There's a supreme being if you don't believe in him. I obviously do. I know there's a God that exists, but there's a supreme being out there, man. So when you have success, man, always give him the glory and the praise, man. Because without him, you won't be able to do it. Obviously, you have to put in the work in order to do it, but keep him first, keep praying, and everything will pay off, man. Remember that God is the number one ruler, man. Created the earth in 7 days, man, as we heard about earlier. So, when you give him the glory, you give him the praise, man, you will be successful, especially if you put in the work. He's going to see that. So I feel like we lose sight of that, but I feel like great athletes like CJ Stroud, I'm saying, Ohio State team that won a state national championship this year, God was first. You know what I'm saying? So if you keep that, and I'm not saying you got to go to church and be in a traditional setting. You have your own relationship with God, praying, reading the Bible, reading the scripture, giving back to others. There's all kind of ways you can show your servitude. That's key. You know what I'm saying? So I'll leave y'all with that, man. And this is the Sizzling News Podcast. So appreciate y'all tuning in, man. That's all I got, man. We'll see y'all soon.
Peace.